they hit this teenager stage, it's like, what do you do?
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better. Because how do you you physically can't control them.
Right.
I mean, it's risky. It's tough.
Right.
So,
you don't want them to harm somebody because they're such in a blackout mode.
Yep. With the stuff with the mental health coming out, and Dr. Gibson is on the cutting edge. And, I'm so glad to hear that because it's just can get so complicated.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's going to school and some of the aides are challenging, but he kind of works it out.
Right.
Yep. So how did the litigation go? What ended up with that?
So he's still an IEP. They told me that once he reached middle school, he could transfer out. Just elementary,
Okay.
We're still trying to hold him in, but it was hard to find him a school that was nearby.
Yep.
A lot of schools had waiting lists, so pretty much he ended up staying where he's at now.
Mm-hmm.
They have gotten better. I think once they realized that I wasn't playing.
Yeah.
And that I was more serious.
Well, you have to set that tone. Otherwise, you'll get jerked around.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any one person's fault. It's just a lot of forces at play and lack of understanding about the impact that this has on a parent and what needs to happen to help our kids.
No, but like I said, we got through it. It's better. It's not 100%.
Yep. So what's he doing over the summer? Does he have a program?
No, so he doesn't have a program. They tried to get him in a summer school a couple of years ago, but pretty much that summer school only had him drawing the whole day. He's a drawer. He loves to draw.
My kids do too. Yeah.
He's very excellent at drawing, but that's not what I signed him up for.
Well, yeah, of course. If they're using that because it's easy, and not.
Yeah. So no, he's home.
Yeah.
He's home. I'm home with 3 of my kids for the whole summer.
Oh boy, I remember that.
I'm not a real trustworthy person, so I can't really just
of course, I know.
Dump him off at camp. Very high anxiety for me.
Yep.
So I just pretty much just deal with them, doing stuff with them in the house or outside the house. Like I said, we're going to be going to vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be spending time in the pool, hiking,
that's great.
doing different things.
Yeah.
So there's stuff that we'll be doing.
Stuff that you look forward to and that's fun with the kids. It's just, it can get really lonely, I think, at times.
Yeah, it can get lonely here. And I think people are busy.
Yep.
Or if you do try to connect with people, I have friends, but it's just not close friends.
Yep, I know. I think I lived that way for a long time.
Yeah.
It took a long time before I felt like I could really trust. And just time. Yeah. I mean, how do you explain your life to somebody? And, how do you not? Because.
Right. And I think just the anxiety, like to go to the store.
Yeah.
With 3 kids or go to somebody's or to go to somebody's house with 3 kids. And then you have a child with the TSC and the behavioral and you don't know how 1 minute is going to be to the next minute.
Oh yeah. I remember those days. You're bringing me back to birthday parties and, that were my daughter's rolling around under this tree with her diaper on at this certain age. And, the rest of the kids are down playing, doing the typical things. And
yeah.
Okay, yeah, fortunately, I think that every night there is somebody that would be really compassionate and that would pull me through.
Yeah.
It's all right. They're just doing what they're doing but the aggressive behavior was tough. So yeah, do something
it's hard to even take them to the store. So a lot of times I wait for my husband to be off work.
Of course. That makes sense.
I go by myself because that's my break.
Of course. Yeah. Just linger.
Yeah, I mean, because my oldest and especially my middle child.
Yeah, how old are your other kids?
So my oldest is my son, he's 14. Then I have my middle son, he's 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my daughter, she's 4.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's an age difference. And how's the dynamic?
So with my middle one and my oldest, they can't really sit in a room too long with each other because they start fighting. So, and then my oldest, he gets aggressive with him. So constant referee.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, all day. My youngest, she's pretty good. She's gonna be a little feisty at times, but she's actually pretty good.
That's good. You got someone that's gonna
Yeah,
anchor
but
a
then
little
the
bit.
middle one is trying to fight with her now because the oldest is fighting with him. So it becomes like, okay, but them two, when I have the two small, because the two smaller ones are 18 months apart.
Okay.
So if I have them together, they're pretty okay. If I have all three, it's a battle. If I have the two, the middle one and the oldest, it's a battle.
It's just, that's the way it is with kids. I think on some level, any kid.
Yeah.
There's going to be that kind of dynamic.
Exactly. Yeah. And with the oldest, I took him to the store the other day. I was like, do you want to go to Target with me? And I was going to buy him some stuff. And right away he had attitude. No, I don't want to go anywhere. You can't make me. And I'm like, okay, I'm asking, do you want to go to the store with me? And I was like, you know what? You don't have a choice. Let's go. And then he just flipped out and I said, let's go. And so of course when we get to the store, he's like wanting to ask me, oh, can I have this? Can I have that? I said, no, because your behavior is going to have consequences.
Good. That's tough to do.
You cannot keep running your mouth. And I understand to a certain extent you can't control yourself. But this is why you have behavioral therapy, to breathe.
Okay, so he's got behavioral therapy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
Concentrate.
To mindfulness type stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Calm that vagal nerve fear response down a little bit.
Right. But part of the reason why I was taking him to the store was, one, to spend time with him because, we don't get to do much because he is older. And a lot of times I take my daughter because they were in school at the time.
Of course. Yep.
And I wanted to take him to the store because he needed some more clothes and some more shoes and stuff. So I said, let's go ahead and buy you some stuff. And, he was okay with that. But it just, half of the time in the store was a constant battle.
Oh, I know. And I'm not saying that in a condescending way. I really do actually remember that happening very frequently, and it still can happen.
Yeah. And
something tilts and they're in that, I don't know what to call it, like fugue state.
Right. And then I had to walk away with the cart, and I said, okay, well, you can have a moment. I'm going to keep on walking. And when you're ready. And so I keep on walking. And then it was to a point where he wasn't listening. He wanted to look at something. And I said, okay, I let him look at for a few minutes. I said, okay, let's go.
Yep.
We got to go this way. Let's go this direction.
Yeah, it's like a dance the whole time.
He was not listening, but because he is older. If he was smaller, of course I wouldn't walk away. But because he was older. So I walked away just a couple aisles right there. And I could still see him from a distance. And he didn't see me though. I could tell he started panicking.
Oh, okay.
Looking for me.
Yeah.
And because his words earlier, were hurtful and, I don't need you and this and stuff. And then, so I could see his panic. And so then when I walked by and he was he smiled at me and I was like, oh, were you scared? And he was like, no.
Give him a taste of his, yeah.
And I was like, oh, you want your mommy. You needed your mommy. You were trying to find me, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, no. And he's like, not trying to laugh. Because he felt embarrassed and, those moments where it's you kind of laugh about it and.
Yep.
And
that's good. If you can get him to laugh at himself, you can keep on to a sense of humor. Yeah. So important.
You go through those stages, but.
Well, it's hard. There's no real instruction book that is going to work for those kinds of circumstances. It's all in the moment. I mean, you're doing the best you can with what's going on at the time, I think.
Yeah.
Until we figure out all this stuff.
Yeah. So those are my 3 kids and they keep me busy and.
That's a lot. That's a lot. I hear ya.
Well, people are constantly asking you have any more kids? I'm like, no, thank you. We're okay.
Yeah. So